Welcome everybody. Welcome Vivian. I'm here to do a little follow-up on our Money Making VIP day. And Vivian, why don't we start by you telling the audience what you're doing and how they can find you?
I'm an accountant. I help entrepreneurs, businesses, sort out basically anything accounting wise that you can think of. That's what I do. My business is Vivien C Accountancy Services. I'm on LinkedIn. I have Insta and Facebook, and shortly to have a shiny new website, one which my packages that I worked on with Alex will be.
Fantastic. The name of your business, or is it your name on LinkedIn?
It's Vivien C Accountancy.
Okay, fantastic. So Vivian, we're going to talk specifically about the Money Making VIP Day. So could you start by saying maybe where you started, where you were at before we started the program and working together?
Well, you and I have met a few times in virtual scenarios, and I felt I could work with you. That what the trigger for me was, I knew that I was a bit stuck with what I was charging, and it being a bit not not being confident enough to go out there and really celebrate my true worth. And I think that was something that I really felt from talking to you about the VIP day that I could take away with me from that. So really giving me the confidence to know my value and go with it.
Thank you. And how did you feel we spent a day together in person? How was that for you? Because for me, it was wonderful to
Yeah.
finally meet you in
It was
person.
it was really good. It was energizing. It was thought-provoking. The visualization stuff that you did was great. That's still going through, a lot of that's still going through my mind now. So I think it gives a lot of tools that stay with you. I think sometimes you do courses, you do things, and it's instantly forgotten. But I'm finding that as I'm going through my day to day, I'm taking and thinking of things that I had on that day are still fresh.
Beautiful. So you mentioned the visualization. Was it the biggest aha for you, or what was one of the biggest aha for the
Um, I think the biggest aha was the visualization is something that's really stuck with me on the day. I think it was when we sat there and said, well, actually, you challenged me to come up with a figure that I think I could do in 30 days. And I think it was quite low to start off with, but by the time we'd actually, and I said, no, that's it. And then we worked through just chatting, and we were working through, and we quite easily got that number up. It really got me thinking about, well, what other avenues and where else, things that if you asked me at the top, it would have been like, no, I'm not going to get it. But then I started thinking about it and thought, yeah, actually we can get it there. So really that providing that focus. So I think it really provided clarity. So I think that was it for me, the clarity around what I need to do.
Beautiful. And as we talk about revenue, without disclosure, but
Mm.
would you agree that you decide to make that investment for yourself? And like you
Yes.
said, you see a result. It's not
Yes.
just fairy. Alex is a bit of a healer. Alex is a
No, no, not at all. For me, it was yes, absolutely. It's an investment in myself, but then the investment itself is the investment in the business, and you've got to do it. You've got to invest to grow, and sometimes you're not quite sure how you're doing that or what you're doing. And I would absolutely recommend it. In terms of it's already paid back for itself, so I would highly recommend it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And one of the things that maybe you can explain better than I do, because being an accountant, you're very comfortable with money. And I say, you don't come and see a money breakthrough coach because you feel broke or because you feel the relationship with money is not there.
Mm.
It is there, right? So even from your perspective, being the money queen,
Mm.
can you maybe give a different perspective so people understand that it's still a valuable thing to have, even when you are in a good position with money, even when you are in that understanding. How would you explain that to people that maybe think, oh, a money coach is something that it's not for me for such and such reasons?
I think it gives you a certain amount of freedom in your thinking with regards to money. As you say, I am an accountant, so I know how to deal with money, and it's not about um, it's getting your worth. It's really appreciating your value and your worth and what you can put out there to get that. And for me, it was about, well, how do I do that to then be able to, I think the goals, maybe do 4 days, not 5 days. It's those different goals, being able to spend time doing something else. And so if you are, how do you leverage your business so that you can afford for yourself to do that? So it's not about knowing about money, it's about sort of almost like manifesting that. Okay, so how do I do this so that I can afford to do more, and value myself more? Because I think we can all be in a, oh, well, they won't want to pay that, so we won't charge it. And then you start to feel slightly grumpy because you're doing something for something that you know is worth more. And I think the mindset stuff really, as it says, it gives you the mindset to go, you know what, that's enough of that nonsense. You are worth this, and so this is what you should be charging. And I haven't had people sort of bat an eyelid when I've gone in with some new clients this week to, at the levels that we sort of mapped out and agreed.
Beautiful. And I love to say again, I hope it's okay to share, but receiving a message from you saying, I had a 50% increase,
Mhm.
it made me feel, yes,
Yeah,
this is why we did the
yeah.
work. Now, do you think you would have received that 50% increase if we had
No, no, I don't think I would, because I wouldn't have had the confidence to sort of sit back and go, yeah, that's what it's worth. And that's genuinely what it's worth. So I'm going with that. And I put the proposal out there and I got the acceptance letter back, more as by return, which makes you go, maybe I should have done more. But no, it was that would have been cheeky. It was more for the value that I thought, and it's obviously not out of the ballpark, because I think that's the other thing that you can worry, when you're thinking about the money mindset, is it going to make you go too far? And it doesn't, because I think you have your inherent limits of where you are, that you know what you can do, but it's having the courage to charge what your value is without being cheeky.
beautiful. And could you say a little bit about, so we had a 1 day together, and for people to understand, how is the support that you receive from me?
It had some lovely little voice notes. I mean, the day itself was great. Lovely location, really easy to find. Well, you met me at the Tube. Really nice setting, very relaxed. A really good day. Felt I got a lot from it. And you've been keeping in touch with all the little voice notes and how you're getting on, how are you doing, what's going on. And then the end of the 2 weeks, the kind of the review and where we're at. So no, it's been really good. It's been the right level. It's not been kind of, what are you doing? What are you doing? Have you done your homework? It's been just touching base. There isn't any homework, by the way, but just touching base to go, how's it going? How are you doing? And that's kind of kept me reflecting as well, which I think is what's kept it front of mind as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. So if somebody was thinking about, yeah, I want to work with Alex, but I'm not too sure, sitting on the fence, what would you say?
Um, I would say do it. You won't regret it. It's Alex is a lovely person anyway, but the challenge that you give to really challenge yourself in a very kind of safe and warm environment, you kind of go away thinking, yet feeling empowered, but you don't feel that you're not being bullied into it. You kind of really, it's almost like the hand holding that you need to kind of to make you take that step. So I think it's giving you the confidence. Sometimes it's kind of, you kind of know where you need to be, but you almost need that validation. And I think the way that you approach it and got me to look at myself and how things are, and all the stuff we wrote down and the visualizations, I think it just gives you that confidence to then go, yes, and that's it. And I think the way that you challenged it and was sort of, yeah, but you are worth more than that. And you weren't willing to accept no for an answer, even when I was quite definite that I wasn't going to do something. You kind of came at it a different way till we got there, and that's what's needed. So I would say, if you want to invest in your business, in yourself, it's both, your business will obviously benefit as an investment for yourself. I think it's really good sort of self-reflection, and it was a lovely day. So you actually feel like you're treating yourself a little bit as well. So I think you're treating yourself, but getting a payback as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So for everybody watching, if you don't have an accountant or you're thinking, I need a better accountant, please reach out to Vivien. You'll find her on LinkedIn, Vivien Cross. And the one thing she's not saying, she's really, really wonderful, again, at holding space. I know I worked with you enough to know that you treat your clients with absolute, absolute reverence. And also, we know we can trust and rely on all of your expertise. So thank you so much, Vivien. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we shall see you soon. And let's stop the recording.